How are you,
great.
Sieni?
Oh, thank you, Mir. So
Good.
good. Thank you. Nice little bit of Albanian.
A little bit of Albanian. Why not? It's a little welcome to you.
I love that. Thank you.
Dua Lipa's here.
I love the red hair.
You do?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
nice.
I feel like myself in it. It was funny when I went blonde on my last record. I loved it.
Yeah.
But when I'd look at myself in the mirror every morning, I'd be like, oh my God, who is this person?
So you
Whereas
didn't feel like
this,
the
I
blonde
feel-
was connecting with who you were inside at the time?
No, I think it always, like when it is, it's just like, but it was like my
Yeah.
hair was so cooked and
Okay.
bleached.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
it just like, it was so hard to try and make
Right.
it look good on my own
Right.
that it was just a struggle every morning. Whereas this, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, feels a little bit better.
Good for
I'm
you.
good, yeah.
I dyed mine gray. All
I like
gray.
it.
Thank you.
I like it. Good
Yeah,
job.
natural blonde besides this. Yeah. Let's talk about the new song Houdini.
Yeah, let's.
How did this come about?
Well, how did it come about? I was in the studio making music. I've been working on my new album for quite a little while now. And it was, it's a song that I made with my friends Kevin Parker, Danny
Okay.
Hall, Tobias, Jesse Jr. and Caroline Aylin. And we were just kind of messing about in the studio. I guess like most songs, you never really know where they come from. They just
Right.
show up depending on like the inspiration of the day. And it really happened where Kevin was just on the desk trying to sort out the monitors, and he was playing a track that he'd made, like the early stage of a track, and I was like, what is that? Like, that's amazing. Like, I want to work on that song. And that's really how it all began. But it's one of those things, like sometimes you just get like
just
struck
clicks.
by lightning,
Yeah.
you know, in the best way.
What does it mean to, in your terms, pull a Houdini?
Well, when something's not like working out, you're not into
Yeah.
something, you gotta dip. You gotta like
Just get out? You just duck out? The old Irish goodbye or something?
Depending on the situation.
Okay. Should we lock the studio door in case you pull a Houdini?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're
I'm
fine here?
I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
Is it the same type of thing as like ghosting somebody or something like that?
It's not necessarily. It's a little bit more polite than ghosting. I think
Okay.
ghosting is like not a good way to leave a
Agreed.
situation.
Oh my God,
John.
agreed.
I mean, I'm kind of into it in the beginning. I'm gonna be honest.
Ghosting?
Within the first few dates,
Wait, you
yeah.
like being ghosted?
I would prefer it, to be honest.
Really?
Is that
Rather
weird?
than
Like-
somebody just like being like, actually, this isn't. You don't want to be told that.
Right.
I don't think so. I feel like I'm so unconfrontational that like I would almost rather you just disappear and I get the message.
You don't like the
I'm like, oh, I
awkwardness?
get it. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You moved on. You're not replying. Nope.
So
no
you
worries.
ghost people too?
Okay, not like after a few weeks, but like if it's been 2-3 dates, maybe 4 at most. I've
Really?
been ghosted. Yeah. it
Could you
just-
Oh,
imagine being on a
gosh.
date with somebody 4 dates and then just never talk to you again?
I don't know.
That's
I
insane.
just think it's so much cleaner and nicer to just
Right.
be like, you know, I think you're great, but this actually isn't for me or
It
whatever.
is,
Like,
yeah.
it's just, I think it's better you just give somebody like the closure and
Right.
you feel like it's a clean slate. Imagine bumping into them later. Like,
Yes.
that is
It
just,
is awkward.
there's
Yeah,
nothing
I will
more
be
awkward
honest.
than that.
God,
Yeah.
it's so
So
funny.
I
I'm
think
like,
pulling a Houdini, but
Yeah.
you know, obviously it's just like a play on words. But I think the best way to kind of leave a situation is just, I don't know,
honesty?
honesty and feel
Yeah.
confident in the fact that you're just like, this isn't working for me. This isn't like right, and you know that's okay.
When did you find your confidence? Because I can see that confidence in you. When did you find that?
I don't know. It takes time, and it's
Doesn't
not
it?
it's not there every day. I
No.
don't think. I think they're just with experience, with different things that happen. You go, okay, this is actually a way better way to deal with situations in my life, or this is something that, you know, I don't know, gives people closure, or it's
Sure.
just a nice way to work through things. And it's just, I don't know, it's served me well. And I've always liked to, whether it's a friendship or relationship or whatever, just let people know where you stand. Like, I don't really have people in my life who don't know where we are. Like,
Right.
if I love you, like, I'm here like 100,000%. But if you've
Yeah.
upset me or hurt me, or if I've done something to hurt you or upset you, like, I'd rather be told so I can either fix it, or I would tell you about how I feel, which is the reason why we're not friends anymore,
Right,
or
exactly,
whatever. You know, I
exactly.
think that for me is just, I don't like things being left open, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I like people knowing where they stand.
You got a brother and sister, you know, mom and dad and stuff. Do you celebrate their successes? Are you
Oh,
happy for them what they do?
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. I'm like over the moon about every single thing. Like, it's
Can you
just,
brag on them a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So you want me to brag a little
Yeah,
bit? Well,
because,
my
I mean-
sister just finished university for drama.
Congrats.
She's an amazing young actress, so she's working on that at the moment.
Right.
My little brother is 17 years old, and he just produced a song which just came out with some UK artists called
love it.
A1 and J1 and H.
Congrats to him.
So I'm super proud of him on that. I mean, it's just amazing, like seeing them go out and do the things that they're passionate
they love,
about and
right.
that they love, and just
Yeah.
to see them working and following their dreams and their passions. I mean, my gosh, like what a dream to be able to
Yeah.
to see that in them as well. We have like a little bit of an age gap. Like me and my sister have 5.5 years. Me and my brother have 10.
Mm-hmm.
Only now, like not only now, but as we're getting older, we're getting closer and closer. But I just see them like my babies.
Of
you
course,
know, I'm
of
so
course.
like we're just close like that
Right.
in that way that I'm always I've always had big sister
Yeah.
energy. So for me, whenever they do anything, I'm like obsessed with them.
Well, it's so funny. We see you as Dua Lipa, and they see you as just, sister.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a wild
Yeah.
world. And to think that, like, you know, you are this kind of like North Star shining light in your family and everything. And obviously the most famous worldwide. So it's always interesting how that family dynamic works for me, and to celebrate their successes, I think is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's amazing. They're so happy for me, and we get to have so much special quality time together,
course.
and also at home. Yeah, things just don't feel different,
Yeah, that's
which
lovely.
is really nice.
When you get up, when you start your day, do you have a morning routine?
I guess it really depends on the day. If I've got a really early morning
Yeah.
with work, then
Are
I
you a
just kind
snooze
of-
button person?
I'm not a snooze button person. I
God.
wake up straight away.
Oh, good for you.
But if I have like, let's say I don't know, I don't have to go to work until midday, then I'd probably like a little bit more of a lie-in until 9, and then I'd get up, work
Of
out,
course.
start my day, and then go to work. But some days I start at 6 a.m. and then I leave. You know, everything is kind of based on
Yeah.
that. It all really depends. Every day is different.
Is it a cup of tea
So
or a cup of coffee
routine,
for you?
Well, cup of coffee in the morning and then tea for the rest of the day.
Oh, is it really? Okay,
Yeah.
so that London side of you does come out.
Yeah. Coffee
love
is
that.
just like just my kickstart in the
Right.
beginning, and then for the rest of the day it's tea.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the Grammy nomination.
Oh, thank you so much.
Did you have any idea that your song, that soundtrack, the film, that Barbie would be as big as it is?
I think like anything, you never know what anything's
Mm-hmm.
gonna do. Whether it's a song, whether it's a film, whether whatever. I was just so over the moon about one, being asked to be a part of the soundtrack and to get to work with Mark Ronson and then Greta Gerwig on this. Just such a fan of both of them, so it was an absolute no-brainer for me to do that. But I'm just so happy for their individual success with everything that's happened, with the film, with the way it's been received, with the story behind it, with the fact that I got to be a part of it. Like I'm beaming. Honestly, I'm just so happy.
I already see so many people on TikTok saying that Houdini is already the song of next summer. Like people are so ahead
You
of
have a
this
song
already.
of
Keep it
next
going
summer
all the way
already?
till then.
That's
That's just how it is. It's just like every summer it's a new bop from Dua Lipa. Do you see some of the response on TikTok or anything?
I do see the response, and it's just been absolutely mind blowing. Like
Love that.
the response to this song has been unlike anything else I've ever released. So I'm
Do you interact
Bouncing
with
around.
do you interact with the fans on social? Do you talk to them, like, comment back and stuff? Or is that a lot?
yeah.
You do,
And
yeah?
like I have like Instagram on DMs and
Uh-huh.
stuff, so we chat.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's really nice. I've had that kind of relationship since
You
I
have?
started.
Yeah.
I did have to remove myself at one point for a while off Twitter, just because in my earlier albums, just because it got a little bit
Yeah,
too
for sure.
much, and
Understood.
you can't really filter through the things that you read,
Mhm.
essentially. And some things are really lovely and some things aren't.
Aren't lovely,
and,
right? I get that.
And so kind of managing that, I think
Yeah.
it was more about just me taking care of myself in that
Of course.
sense. But I found my balance, which is good.
When did you realize, and it's so funny to talk to different entertainers about this, when did you realize for yourself, I have something? What age as a kid, growing up, where you said, oh, I've got something I want to share with the world. I feel like I could do this. I could be on stage. I could be behind that microphone. Was there a moment for you? A school play, a family gathering?
I think, I went to like singing lessons
Yeah.
when I was younger in London. This is like before I moved to Kosovo. So I was like about maybe 9 years old, and I was it was like a big group class. So it was like lots of kids singing together. And I remember the teacher there moving me up. I was 9 at the time, and moving me up with like the 14 and 15-year-olds in the class that was a little bit earlier in the morning. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going in with the teenagers. This is terrifying.
You're
and
playing
I
up.
was so nervous. And the teacher would make me get up in front of all those older kids and sing.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. But one, it really helped me like build my confidence, but also made me feel like, oh, maybe there's something there.
Right.
And then when I moved to Kosovo at the age of 11, I think it was just kind of the feeling that I always wanted to be in a place where everything was happening, that although I had so many incredible experiences in Kosovo, I felt like I needed to be back in London and working in order to be able to achieve this, I guess, which I didn't even know was possible, to be really honest with you, but I'm happy I'm here.
How much time have you spent in Albania?
I lived in Kosovo from the age of 11 to 15.
Wow.
So like 4 years of my life. Yeah.
It's a beautiful area of the world that I think a lot of us in America don't really know about,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I spend a lot of my summers in Albania, like in the south, but in Kosovo is where my parents are originally from, where I lived
For sure.
in quite, I guess, formative years of my life. So I love it, but I'm biased, and it's
That's okay.
That's home for me.
Yeah. Will you celebrate now in London if you're there? Would you celebrate Thanksgiving? Obviously, it's an American holiday, but now you're here, but Americanized a little bit probably.
Yeah, I've never really celebrated Thanksgiving.
Okay, fair
actually,
enough.
because it hasn't been a British thing.
We're trying to get it
Really.
over there. It's
But-
probably going to be a problem.
But look, the thing is we do like Sunday roasts every Sunday.
Oh, do you really?
You know,
Yeah.
it's like a big English thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like Thanksgiving,
Right.
I love the sentiment behind like giving thanks.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is amazing, but it just feels like pre-game for Christmas. You know, you're just like,
Right.
Yeah.
you're like training for the big
Yes.
event. You know,
yes.
you're
And
like,
then this is a race
You
to
you
the
gotta get
holidays.
your roast. You gotta get prepped for what's to come
Yeah.
for Christmas. Like, are you ready to eat that much?
Oh
Are
my
you ready for the
God.
food coma?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Can you push yourself to the edge?
We in this country, I think we get to Halloween, and once we start eating that candy, we've pretty much given up on watching our figures at that
Yeah.
point. Because once you get that candy, it's like it's free candy, it's downhill, and it's all over the office. You know?
But that's the best thing about the holidays.
Exactly. I don't know because
Exactly.
January comes, then you're like, oh, I've got to like watch my waist again, and
No, the
every-
second it's like sweater weather and you're having roast every
really?
Sunday, you don't even think about
You
it
don't think
anymore.
about it?
You're like,
I'll take that to heart. I'll take it to heart.
you know.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Thank you
Thanks
so much for
having
coming
me.
in.
Yeah, likewise.